In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get 4,000 watch hours the easy way. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's jump into it. And as always, I got my notes to keep me organized because y'all already know I like to ramble. And the first one, the most important one, is you have to hook with purpose, right? Before you start making any videos, you got to understand you have to get people to watch and stay. So you got to reel them in with strong hooks. When you watch a YouTube video, the first thing you consider is like, all right, let me watch the few couple of seconds. Let me see what happens. If someone comes into a video with this, oh guys, what's up guys? I got a new YouTube video. No, because they're not gonna stay. They're gonna click off. They're gonna say to yourself, they're gonna say to you, you're gonna say to yourself, like, why am I watching this video if this guy is or gal is talking like as if it's an old country song? As I always tell y'all in y'all videos, y'all got to build this authority factor. You gotta talk with confidence. You gotta talk as if, you know what? I'm here to make sure I provide value. And I'm gonna get into that in a later step, but I wanna make sure I provide value. If you gotta earn those clicks, so if someone gives that one click to your video, if they stay at least for 1 minute, you gotta hook them in, reel them in with your value, your positivity, the way you feel. That energy is transferable. They're gonna feel that through the camera. If you don't build a strong hook, the first 30 seconds, the first 5 seconds, the first second, once you turn on the camera, if you're not smiling, if your camera lens is dirty, or if you feel like you don't have that confidence, they're gonna see it. So reel them in with that powerful hook, and trust me, y'all will retain more watch hours. I know that sounds like a simple step, but listen to me. It's important because how are you gonna get people to stay to the end? The first 30 seconds is tough, and I get it, but think about it like this. When you're in a situation where you're recording, get yourself comfortable. Get yourself in a space where, you know what, I'm ready to make a video. You know what I'm saying? And if you start with that hook being really strong, that'll depict how the whole entire video is going to go. I think we're getting a little glare, so I'm going to close this. But listen to me carefully, y'all. Build that energy. Even if you make a mistake, stay confident. You know, make that hook strong, because that's how they're going to stay. All right, let's move on to the next one, man. The next one, and I know these are simple steps, but trust me, it works. All right, the next one is build anticipation. You know, curiosity drives retention. So let's say, for instance, I came in with the thumbnail with the 10K plaque that my friend Pete made for me. So like at the end of the day, that's gonna get people thinking, do you get a 10K plaque that's red? No, there's no 10K plaque. However, that memento was really important to me, and also it builds curiosity. You know what I'm saying? You got to build curiosity, because it's gonna drive what people are gonna watch the whole video, gonna be like, wait, hold on, is there a secret to get a YouTube plaque if at 10K subscribers? Or is there some sort of plaque that I didn't know about? You know what I'm saying? It builds curiosity. Or even if you tell a story, you know, do a beginning, middle, and an end. Build anticipation, because when you build anticipation, it's going to give that clear indication that, hey, they're going to want to watch more, or they want to find out what's going to happen. And that curiosity ties into your storytelling abilities, right? I always try to keep myself in a space where I'm telling a story around the title of my video. Do that, and trust me, you'll get more watch time. I know it sounds simple. Listen, in the beginning, when I started doing this, I was saying to myself, I don't want to complicate my life. I already have work, I have family, I have all these things. Why would I want to go and complicate this whole YouTube process where I'm still trying to learn? All right, let's move on to the next one. And the next one, and listen, a lot of these are mental, like, thought processes that I went through when I was trying to build watch time. And the next one is build a clear path, right? You know, organize and navigate. Like I'm not telling you to build a niche, but tell yourself like how and what and when and why you're going to create these videos. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about fitness, you want to talk about finance, you want to talk about automotive, you want to talk about your story, you want to talk about camera gear, you build that path. No one else is going to tell you or dictate how you do so. And then, you know what? When your audience gives you the indication that they like one of those things, then you double down on it. You double down on creating that video. And sometimes you got to pivot. Like I had an idea that I wanted to do camera gear. And then all of a sudden I was like, I may want to talk about creating content. And I may want to motivate myself, because at some point I had that feeling like I wasn't gonna make 4,000 watch hours, let alone get 1,000 subscribers. You know, and if you guys didn't know, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours is how you start to make money off of your ads that are played on your videos. But I'm telling you, these things will help you. They will, and it's all about mindset. It's all about mindset. Change your attitude, it will change your altitude. So if you feel that you're in a space where you're not gonna hit those 4,000 watch hours, what do you think is gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? And another thing, there's other ways. Let's say, for instance, you think about, let's move on to the next one. Think about keeping them watching, right? So you can leverage live streams. You can leverage, there's nothing wrong with going live. That will also help you practice. Like, for instance, I did live streams for a while, and you got to think about it. Live streams are on. Once it's on, it's on. Once you make a mistake, it's in there. You can't edit a live stream. And that helped me get comfortable with my impromptu, if you will, videos. I do all these things unscripted. I have a couple of notes on my phone, but that's pretty much it. Live streams a great way to get comfortable, deal with the fact that you're on the camera, and also understand, like, you're like the news. Once the news is on, it's on. If a weather person makes a mistake, they make a mistake. They correct themselves. I feel like another reason the live stream is important, because it takes the pressure off you. It says, you say to yourself, if I make a mistake, it's there. And it also, once it happens, you can laugh at yourself, or even just say, hey, you know what? This is there. And I know some people like to script. I know some people like to have teleprompters. That's all cool. That's all fine and dandy. But let's say you make a mistake with that teleprompter. At the end of the day, you're still practicing. You're still practicing that. Make the mistake with the teleprompter, whatever you use. But live streams can gain a lot of traction, because guess what? If you stream for 2 hours on top of, or 3 hours, or an hour, or whatever you do, that's on top of your other videos. And it's a simple setup. You could just talk through your day. You could talk about the fact that you don't know how to talk to the camera. You could talk about how you gotten better at the camera. You could talk about all these things. You could review your own products. You could build polls in your YouTube posts. There's so many things. Live streams is a great way to keep them watching. You want to keep people watching. It's gonna take time. But you gotta give yourself grace. This is gonna take time. It's not gonna happen right away. And I had to realize that. Once I realized it's not going to happen right away, and once I realized that it's just me, like, I'm my worst enemy. If I start to think negative, that's what's going to happen. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is, you know what I'm saying? You gotta earn every minute. Like I always tell y'all, it's about earning it. Just because you put a video on, just because you go live, doesn't mean you are guaranteed viewers, subscribers, watch time, any of that. You got to earn it. Maximize by providing value, so that way you earn their time. You earn that subscription. You earn those watch hours. And do me a favor. Speaking of which, we let me segue real quick. We made 10,000 subscribers when I got this plaque. We are on our way to 13,000 subscribers. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe. We are on our way, and I cannot believe that we're hitting 13K. If it wasn't for y'all, I appreciate y'all. A like on the video would be tremendous. Comment down below, what are some things that you think can help gain or earn watch hours faster? I feel like it's easy if you tell yourself, you know what? It's just you and the camera. It's you and the camera and your audience. You just create the content. You don't worry about this ideology that I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know everything. I'm still trying to understand how this YouTube thing works. I'm trying to improve. Every video I try to improve 1%. 1%, that's all it is. That's all it is. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I was my worst enemy. And I don't want to say you are your worst enemy, but I was my worst enemy. I had doubt, I had fear. I kept thinking, like, these videos are not gonna do well. And you know what? All of my videos in the beginning, they suck. I'm gonna be honest. They suck, and you're gonna have to. I have to tell myself, it's not that they suck, but I have to learn. If I don't know what I don't know, the only way that you improve is if you practice. And if you practice to get better at making videos, you make more videos. It's that simple. You're not gonna watching content 24/7 is not gonna help you. Google search is not gonna help you. You have to sit down and record. You just got to press record. It's that simple. It's not gonna be anything else. You got to take your time. Also, getting the reps in. You gotta put your own watch hours in. I did at one point I had like 100 plus videos done in 1 year, and it was just me, the car, and the camera, and y'all. And listen, I'm thankful for every single minute, every single second that was earned from y'all watching these videos. But you gotta understand, the only way you actually get better is if you put in the reps, y'all. Y'all gotta put in the reps. It can't be done any other way. It can't be done any other way. And I'm gonna tell you, you have to, those hooks, the anticipation, the live streams, the videos. That's how you're gonna do it. That's how you're gonna do it. A lot of people, there was some people. It's like saying you still doing these goofy videos. But let me tell you something. I'm doing these videos. I'm improving. I have standards. I have values. And let me tell you something. I'll do these videos over and over and over. I won't stop. I'll keep doing them every single chance that I get, because the bottom line is that I don't do this to have someone affirm me. I don't do it to get a pat on my back. I do it for my audience. I do it for my family. I do it for people who support me. It's not about, I understand that you want to reach that goal, but you have to be real, and you have to be like intentional, and you have to be positive. There is no other way. That energy will come through the camera. People will see, and they will see a clear indication that, you know what, you're having a bad day. And if you're having a bad day, don't turn on the camera. It's that simple. Or if you're having a bad day, why not say, you know what, I'm fortunate enough to have a platform to create so people can learn, understand, share positivity, share your skills, share what you've learned, share your experiences, good or bad. You have that platform. You're fortunate enough to do that. You're fortunate to have that expensive phone. You're fortunate to have that expensive camera. There's not so many people that are that fortunate. So you got to say to yourself, I'm going to do this because I can and I will. And you must keep going. You know what I'm saying? I know it's tough. Listen to me very carefully. I know it's hard, but if you don't practice, what do you think is going to happen? And I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. I'm giving you tough love, because it's literally that. At one point when I first started, I was so nervous. If you go from my first video and you start to watch my library, and that's another tip, I want to drop that in there. You have to, and I know I'm ranting, y'all, but forgive me. I want y'all to understand. I get passionate about these things because it's really this simple. Build a playlist, right? Build the playlist around as well, so that way people can watch your content. You want to make your content bingeable. People want to binge watch things like shows, Netflix, Disney Plus, all those things, right? How is somebody gonna continue to understand your journey, or follow your channel on your platform, if you start the Netflix special and you leave it unread? You leave it on one episode, one season. You have to continue to build that library. You know what I'm saying? You ever watch a special or a show on Netflix and it just ends abruptly because they just canceled it? You guys, if you don't make these videos, you're gonna cancel your Netflix special, and people are gonna be like, "What happened to the rest of the show?" And they're just gonna click off. I'm not saying to make a video every single day. I'm not saying to make 100 videos. I'm not saying to do that. But at the end of the day, set real expectations for your audience. You gotta tell them straight up, I'm gonna make these videos, once a month, once a week, every 2 weeks. Just show up. It doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be 5 days a week. Listen, if you do that, that's amazing. That's how you'll get there sooner. But if you don't set real expectations, how are they going to find the special? How are they going to finish the show? You got to understand, a lot of people want to watch series. They want to watch things in succession. They want to see the rest of the story. They fall in love with the characters. You are the main character. And if you decide to yourself that, you know what, I'm going to edit that character out, how are they going to finish the show? And I know I'm on a ramble, but being a YouTuber from zero to now is taught me that there's going to be peaks and valleys. Some videos going to get a lot of views. Some videos are not. I got videos on my channel that got 90, 50, views still. And that's just me improving. That's just me understanding that this is real. YouTube is hard. But if you apply these easy steps and you think to yourself, you change, like I'm gonna say this again, you change your attitude, it will change your altitude. I'm telling y'all. And you don't owe nobody no apologies. You decided that you wanted to buy this great camera. You decided that you wanted to buy this amazing phone. You decided that you wanted to go on google.com and create these videos. Trust me. Now, deliver on that promise to yourself. You need to deliver on that promise to yourself. Like, you tell people, hey, I'm going to be here once a week, or don't tell them anything and show up. Actually show up. Deliver on your promise to yourself. Listen, I know that I don't do fluff. I don't do quick view videos. I do things where it's real and tangible. And I know what it's like to be on that island by yourself, trying to figure out how you're gonna create the video. You gotta be the director, you gotta be the editor, you gotta be the main character, you gotta do all that. You gotta do promotion, you gotta do all that. And I know it's tough. I'm telling you, I know it's tough. It ain't easy. But if you use these easy, simple steps, you can get consistency and build growth. And it's not, listen, I'm over here filming this on my phone. I'm literally filming this on my phone. You know what I'm saying? And you can use the old phone. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm using this on my other phone. You gotta just, it's really, guys, come on. Listen to me very carefully. And I know I say these things a lot because it's true. I'm telling you, I need y'all to come on this side. This side is sweeter. You're creating videos with intention. You're creating videos that are changing people's lives. You're creating videos that are connecting with people all over the world. And it's that simple. It's really that simple. Do me a favor, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, drop a like on the video, subscribe. We are on our way. Listen, I just turned around and hit 10K, and look at it now. We're at almost at 13K. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm so humbled and thankful, and I'm telling y'all can do this. Just it's apply these simple steps. I promise you will see improvement. It just takes time. Do 100 videos and tell me you haven't improved. And even if even if you didn't hit the watch hours, you improved as a creator. You improved on how you film. You improved how you use your camera. You improved on your talking abilities when it comes to talking to the camera. All right, y'all. That's all I got for y'all. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all know what to do. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.